Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Tech Solutions. Thank you guys again for joining us for another Sunday Stock Talk. For those that aren't familiar with what a Sunday Stock Talk is or have never seen me on YouTube, my name's Ricky. I'm 23 years old. I have a little bit over 179,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have one of the fastest and largest growing private trading communities out there called Tech Solutions. It's a free trading group. It has over 100,000 members. It's the third link in the description if you guys want to learn a little bit more about what we do. But something that we do on a weekly basis is that we come together. The stock market is open Monday through Friday. So one thing that I have found that has been very helpful for a lot of people is to be able to plan out your success. So we come together on a Sunday, usually at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today it's about 30 minutes earlier, just because I have something planned for 7 o'clock. But what we do is we talk about the top stocks that we see value in. We break them down. None of these stocks are stock suggestions in any ways. These are just stocks that we see value in. I dedicate some time, majority of the time, just to do technical analysis on the callouts that you all, formulate. As you can see, Matthew right here has it in that ticker symbol format. So he puts the ticker symbol, he puts the support and resistance, desired entry point, sell point, why it has potential, and his stop loss. So his entire plan. And just imagine doing this live with about 1,200 to 2,000 people live every single Sunday. And about within 24 hours, this video will have about 10 to 15,000 views. And it just shows how important it is to plan out your trades and plan out your success. So I hope that you guys are excited. And for all those that are joining us for the first time, I kind of actually want to see how many of you guys is this the first time for you guys to ever tune in for a Sunday Stock Talk? And for those that are regulars here watching the Sunday Stock Talk, as you guys can see, there should be a little top chat. Let me actually change this to the live chat. So I want to see how many of you guys have been here time after time. So if you guys are tech buds, Junie, shut up. You're here you crack me up. All right, if you're a regular, I want to see a regular. I want to see tech buds. If you're coming from tech buds, if you're coming from Learn Plan Profit, I want to see LPP. And if you're coming just straight from YouTube and you've never watched any of my videos, I just want to see YouTube. So we got first time, second LPP, regular, tech buds. There we go. We got LPP, oh, regular, boom, LPP, tech buds, Learn Plan Profit. There we go. As you guys can see, we have an amazing community of people tuning in live all across the world. And I want to thank you guys again so much for investing time in your Sunday and joining me live as we talk about the top stocks that we see value in. So there we go. You guys crack me up. So there we go. All right. So regular. What's going on, Roche? Hope you're having a good Sunday. But yeah, it's a fun time. We come together as a group and we talk about the stocks that we see value in, and that's really just it. So if you enjoy and if you don't look forward to Mondays as of right now, I can guarantee you that if you start trading, that's probably going to change. As many of us, as myself, definitely look forward to Monday because again, it's a blessing that we are given this market where we're able to take advantage of new opportunities every single day, especially if you know how to do it. And my challenge for you guys this week is to not get lucky, right, and try to make money that way. But one of the best feelings, and so many of you are going to experience that, is when you plan out your stock that you see value in, right? You do your whole technical analysis, you plan it out, you formulate that plan on your entry, exit, stop loss, why it has potential, you identify that whole pattern, everything makes sense on why you see value in something. You plan it out, you take the position, and sometimes, yeah, you have gotten lucky. You've made about 5 to 10% on a trade. But this time, you planned it out. It all made sense. You identified the value. You identified the plan. You set that entry and exit and formulated your entire plan. And when you make that 3%, that has to be one of the best feelings out there because you did that all yourself. And that is my goal for each and every single one of you guys this week. Make sure that whatever position that you take this week is not based on luck, is not based on other people's opinion, but it's actually based on your understanding of the value that you see in that specific position. And that, the reason that is different is because, again, you should not be trading based on other people's opinion, regardless if they're trying to sell you alerts. Again, that's not something that I've ever done before, nor will I ever encourage anyone to do, to be trading based on other people's opinion. So just, my own 2 cents to make sure that we start and end June 2018 on a green note. We want to make sure that you only take positions that you can validate as good deals that you see are actively trending up and that you understand the risk of. If you don't understand any of those three, then I would encourage you to, see a huge red flag and maybe take a step back before investing your hard-earned money. So, all right, let's go ahead and LPP paid for itself with 4 trades after finishing the videos. Nick, I love that. Thank you again. So happy to hear that you're doing so well. Del Sol, 11% last week. Very grateful for this community. What's going on, Del Sol? What's up? What's up? All right, let's go. I'm ready for it. I'm going to dedicate the rest of this time just to do strict technical analysis for all of you guys. So for those that are tuning in right now, if you guys can do me the biggest favor, I know this might be a lot to ask for those that aren't, that aren't comfortable with it. You guys don't have to, but if you can give this video a thumbs up, it's, the Sunday stock is definitely something that, we look forward to. So if you guys enjoy the Sunday stock and you guys look forward to Mondays, then I'd really appreciate the thumbs up on the video. So I heard it feels good to make profit. That is hilarious. Okay. Let's go ahead and do it. And again, please be sure also to copy your ticker, just to make sure that in case I miss it, that you could paste it again, just because there's so many that are going to be coming through. Please, please, please make sure that your stock that you're calling out is actively trending up. If it's showing signs of a descending pattern, I am not going to invest a lot of time to breaking it down because it's not relevant for this week. We have this week, the next 5 days, right, to see this, to hit our weekly percentage growth goal. And just like I talked about in today's video on how to develop and create your best watch list weekly, you need to make sure that whatever it is that you are planning for and paying attention to in your active watch list is something that you see value in, right? And that's actively trending up. So if it's not actively trending up and it's still showing signs of a descending pattern, again, just don't even bother calling it out because I won't be breaking it down. So let's go ahead and get started. So Joel Jamal, putting it in the ticker symbol format, ticker symbol GE. Let's go ahead and check it out. Here we go. Okay, so well, this is a descending pattern, Joe. And let's go ahead and check it out. I think someone responded to this one. But as you guys can see, this is a continuous downward pattern. The SMA line has been making lower lows, as you guys can see, from time after time. Yes, it is trying to show signs of a reversal, so it is above the 180-day EMA. And based on previous patterns, it has bounced at around this general area before, right? So it definitely does make sense. I mean, you can set your alerts and see if it continues to make higher highs and break resistance levels. The thing that I don't like about this one, the thing that I don't find so attractive about this is that it continues to break support levels and it does not make higher highs, right? Like at first glance, one thing that I would look at as a resistance would be this SMA indicator, right? As it's been rejected there multiple times before. So, it would make sense on why it would get rejected at around $14. I would like to follow up with this one. It's still a little bit too early to tell. One green day doesn't confirm an overall reversal. So one thing that I'll do here is I'm going to add it to my general watch list and make sure that we add it there. There we go. All right. And that we set that alert. I'm also going to set that alert if it ends up making higher highs. So let's go ahead and move on. Yo, what's going on, Shani? I like it. I like it. All right. RHT. Okay, RHC was showing signs of a pretty consistent solid uptrend. I think this one was called out, if I'm not mistaken, on Friday just due to the huge sell-off that it had. So if you guys can see, it was an ongoing uptrend, and then due to earnings report, if I'm not mistaken, had a huge sell-off. Definitely makes sense on why it sold off. Maybe the earnings report. I mean, the earnings report wasn't like negative. It doesn't show like that. It was probably the guidance that was a little bit off. It dropped 14%, which is huge. This is called like a dip buy potential. I would not encourage this for newer traders as it's a little bit riskier to tell when something is reversing back up. But for those that are a little bit more well-versed and for those that are a little bit more experienced, again, this is not a challenge for any new traders to get to that point right now. But one thing that I would see was that as of right now, it's still showing signs of a downward pattern. So it's not showing any indication of a reversal other than this MACD indicator bar trying to curve back up. but again, it's actually still not reversing back up. One thing I'm going to do is set my alert if it ends up breaking and making lower lows, so I can stay up to date with that. And I'm also going to set my alert if it ends up breaking above 145, as that has not been something that's been able to do. So I wanted to see, I want to see this overall, these candles to be trending up above this EMA indicator like this, right? And the EMA indicator is all the way up here. So it's going to need to really start pushing up, and maybe not until 150 will it be able to do that. But again, if we're patient and if we really wait for that full-on reversal, even for it to recover just back to the SMA indicator from 150 all the way back up to 160, that's 7% potential profit. That's a lot of people's weekly percentage growth goal. But we have to be patient. We have to wait for that reversal and make sure that we get that proper indication that it actually starts reversing back up, and not just hope that it does. Because if we hope that it does, then yes, it might, but it also might not, right? So then we might continue to bag hold something that continuously sells off. So let's just make sure that we're smart with this, that we don't end up bag hold anything that has not received a confirmation. So let's just wait for the confirmation of the uptrend, and then we can go from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this under the pending reversal watch list and make sure that I follow up with this one throughout the week. So WFT. So WFT showing signs of a support right around 320. Just based on previous patterns, it definitely does make sense. It's catching up with that SMA indicator as well, which also makes sense. Last time that it pushed up, it got rejected right around, what is this? A little bit below 380, so it'd be around 370. As you guys can see, this double top right here. So as it's bouncing at the same area as it bounced in last time, it would definitely make sense, right, on why it would peak out at around 370 for the highs, 360 to be a little bit more conservative. As of right now, it's right around 333. So if it continues to hold above this EMA indicator, right, from 340 to around 360, that's about 6%. That's not bad, right? And then all the way up to 370, right, it offers 8.92%, about a little bit, almost to 9%, right? Looking at the 20-day analysis, we might be able to see this pattern a little bit more clearly. And as you can see, you guys can see the overall support at 320. Right now it's still in the consolidation phase, so maybe we could wait for more of a solid confirmation above 340 and set those alerts there. So I don't like the MACD indicator bar as of right now. We're going to need to see more of a support. It doesn't mean that it's going to be available or ready on Monday, but it just means that when it does have that pattern, right, that we are able to identify on this 180-day analysis, that 320 tends to be a good buy area, and then 360 to 370 tends to be a good sell territory. So let's go ahead and wait for the bounce, right? We can do the average up approach of adding more to our position as it continues that uptrend. And if it falls below 320, or if it breaks below this SMA indicator, then we can run the idea of cutting losses, as there can be a potential break of pattern. So I like that. Don, I agree. Alrighty. Whoa, let's see. Yeah, so I actually have a video on that, on how to identify entries and exits. It's actually, the video is called like my favorite patterns, like my top 4 favorite patterns in the stock market, and then type in Ricky Gutierrez, and that video will pop up. And I talk about setting uptrend patterns and how it is that I trade them. Also, if you're part of the Learn Plan Profit Lesson Library, I have a video explaining how I invest in ascending uptrend patterns. So yeah, let's see. Okay. Yeah, so Evan, just to be completely polite, I'm not going to break this down if it's not in the proper format. So you can post it like 10 times, and I still won't break any of these down if they're not in the proper call-out format. Yeah, so I know a lot of you guys might be new, so thank you again, Don, for reminding them. All right, CPG. Okay, CPG definitely approaching more of the buy territory, but it has still continuously been rejected by this blue line that we call the EMA indicator. So what I'm going to do as of right now is, it has no confirmation of an uptrend, right? I can set a series of alerts, right, as it can potentially try to bounce, but as of right now, it's just continuously been rejected. It's tried to bounce and then gets rejected by that EMA indicator. I'm also going to set my alert if it ends up continuing to make lower lows. So I definitely really do like this. I'm going to add this under the pending reversals, as it's pretty close to reverse back up. So very quick breakdown on this. Based on previous patterns, a support can be at around $7 based on where it's bounced at before. So let me just go ahead and right click this. We could extend the drawing to the right, and I can right click this and then extend drawing to the right. And then there's this margin, right? This resistance, the sell territory around $8. Yes, it has gone higher, but again, I'm trying to be a little bit more conservative. So buy territory normally around $6.40 to $7 based on this horizontal pattern, right? And more of sell territory would be around $8 to $9. So from $7 to $8, that's about 14% potential for profit. And then if we were to be able to get it to, like, let's say $9, which is obviously a little bit higher, but it has happened before, that's 28.84% potential for profit, right? And just imagine this about quality. If we do get the confirmation of an uptrend, right, and you're able to ride this up, right, just by following that there is no break of pattern, just like it's done multiple times before, right? It holds above the EMA line. When it pulls back, it still holds above the EMA line. It continues to push. Yes, it took about a month, but just in a month with one position, it covered nearly 30% growth. That is the importance of quality, right? And that is something that a lot of us can try to aim for and focus on, and not try to focus on day trades every single day, especially for those that are under the PDT rule. So great call out. Let's wait for the reversal. It doesn't mean that it's going to bounce anytime soon until we get that confirmation of that reversal. So let's go ahead and wait for that. Thank you again, Bidu, for reminding us on that CPG pattern. Alrighty. XOG. So XOG definitely showing some signs of a potential support right around $14 based on this SMA indicator. It's just one day that it confirmed. I actually don't think that I would be very surprised if it ends up just confirming with that one bounce. I've never traded XOG based on so I really don't understand the characteristic nor the patterns of this one. So as of right now, I'm going to set my support at around $14 as that's where it bounced at, right? And it kind of makes sense, right? The SMA line, the overall previous support levels here, previous consolidation right around $14. And then it definitely does have potential to go back up based on previous patterns. That would be right around $16.50 where we would experience, I think, the first resistance. So again, $14 being more of a buy territory and $16.50 being more of sell territory. Let's make sure that we understand that. Again, are we getting a good deal? We need to buy closer to the to the EMA as it pulls back. I want to see if it pulls back, and if it does, how well it holds around $14, and then as it gets closer to $16.50 to revisit the idea of, like, are we getting any indication of a reversal? So let's set these alerts, and I want to wait to see if there is a pullback closer to the support level. There we go. All right, thank you again for that call out, Diego. ESV, thank you again. So let's hear your breakdown. 750. Okay. Entry would be 640. Okay, that definitely does make sense. The thing that I can see right now, again, this is just me on the top of my eyes. I haven't done much analysis on ESV as of right now. But one thing that we can definitely notice. Oh, we got Cameron, a little dingleberry. He's a little upset. I don't get why people get so upset. My goodness. As you guys can see with ESV, it's been making lower highs, right? So as we can see, the first time it hit highs of 760, it pulled back, pushed up, hit highs of $7, pulled back, pushed up, again made lower highs. Again, do you guys get that pattern? Lower highs, and hit highs around 650 on that same one as well. So it's not showing any signs of an actual uptrend pattern, right? So what I would like to see is for, if it does pull back, for it to hold above around 625 and not make lower lows again. If it ends up making lower lows, then based on previous patterns, it would make sense on why this thing could potentially sell off to, let's say, I don't know, 525 or something, and then it tries to reverse back up. This is more of a descending pattern as of right now. Do you see that with me? So I definitely do see the call out on why it might potentially bounce at around the SMA indicator, but I'm going to set my alert if it ends up making lower lows, as that is a thing, as that is a pattern it's been doing, and then also set my alert if it ends up actually making higher highs around 650, as that has not been something that's been able to do in the past. So yeah. Let's see. All right, Paul, we got ticker symbol NU. Okay. So some consolidation happening right around the SMA indicator, more of a reversal or more of a resistance right around $68 to 70. As we can see, that is more of a sell territory. So again, one thing that I like to do when I'm doing a technical analysis is to identify good buy territories and good sell territories. How do you just look at previous patterns, so you can see where it normally peaks out at. You can see based on previous patterns on, where it normally bounces at, and you just wait for the confirmation. So as of right now, it's selling off right from its peak at around what's it called? At around $69, sold off, balanced at around 64, which definitely makes sense. It's trying to reverse back up. I'm just trying to look at the characteristic of its, yeah, let's look a little bit closer on the 20-day 1 hour. Okay, looks like the SMA indicator might be acting as a resistance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see if it breaks above that, and if it does, great. And also I'm going to set an alert to see if it actually ends up pulling back and getting close to that support, as that would be a little bit of a better entry. It looks a little bit overextended based on the MACD indicator, and it looks like it's gotten rejected before. So we might see a little bit of a pullback, and maybe a pullback to around $65, $64. So that might be something that we might want to wait out for, depending on how this plays out. So I'm going to add this to my general watch list. Alrighty. Thank you again, Paul, for that call out. PTI. Alright, so PTI, you can see that this one has very low volume, first of all. Okay. I personally, I don't like therapeutic companies. I don't like pharmaceutical companies, nothing like that. You can see that based on previous patterns, it has, do you guys see this pattern with me? The support right around $3 where it normally bounces at. So I'm going to draw a line straight across the $3. That's normally where it consolidates, and then it reverses back up. So we can set an alert for like a break above 24, 325, as that would be more of an indication of when it's trending up, and then more of a resistance right around $4 to $5. It looks like it gets manipulated pretty often. Personally, I don't like being a part of that, so I know a lot of people don't mind it. With greater form of risk comes greater forms of like potential for profit. It just isn't something that I necessarily would want to invest in, especially if you're just getting started. You make a little mistake, and you might end up really discouraging yourself, right? Taking a huge loss, and then you never want to trade again. So yeah, just make sure that you invest in whatever patterns you understand, the entries and exits, and that you focus on getting a good deal. If you can do that, even with this specific stock, then great. It's up to you. But as of right now, it just wouldn't make much sense. So yeah. Let's see. Alrighty. All right, so ticker symbol from Glass People calling out USLV. Actually, I'm really glad that you were able to call that out. We were talking about this one all week last week, and it's because it was in the, again, why was this one on such high alert, right? As you guys can see that the low points and the high points on this horizontal pattern, it's very easy to understand where the good buy territory is and where the good sell territory is, right? Based on previous patterns, you could almost identify that around 950 to 750 is good buy territory, and anywhere from around, based on previous patterns, 1025 to 1050 and higher, around $11 is more of a better sell territory. So it started confirming an uptrend, right? This thing started to reverse, if I'm not mistaken, on Friday. So it's just been one green day. So I want to see if we could actually get a little bit of a pullback, get closer to that 960 support, and then for it to continue that uptrend. Watch out for the potential resistance at around $10 based on the SMA indicator, and then the overall resistance right around 1025 to 1050 based on previous patterns. So what does he mean by being manipulated? Oh, I think Del Sol just gave an explanation. Yeah, so it could either be promoted by or just hyped up by either a marketing company or an overall platform, right? So StockTwits is infamous for manipulation, as it carries and holds a large number of individuals that just throw stocks that other people should invest in. And first of all, like if you see that there's a huge increase in demand for a specific ticker and you don't understand why, but you want to jump in the reason for like the fear of missing out, then that should be a huge red flag. Just because if you don't understand what the catalyst is and you can't make sense of why it's increasing so much, then maybe it's not the best investment decision to invest in what you don't understand. So thank you again, Dilsil, for going out of your way to answer that. So let's go ahead and Derek, thank you again for that one. So it's going to be VALE. So VALE. Okay, I definitely can see why it would bounce at around this 1250 support based on previous patterns, right? And I've done a technical analysis on this before. And there's been a slight resistance right around $14, and then the overall highs, that would be the goal, right around $15. So if you could see, there's 3 stages in a reversal. As of right now, it's in the rejection phase, that it continues to get rejected by this EMA indicator. Then there's going to be the consolidation phase where it no longer gets rejected, but it begins to consolidate from this, like, kind of like a horizontal pattern for about maybe a week based on previous patterns like this one. And then once it gets the overall confirmation, then it continues, it breaks that resistance level and actually starts making higher highs, which is a confirmation of an uptrend. So as of right now, the MACD indicator looks good, the RSI looks good, the confirmation is not there yet. I'm going to set my alert. It might even drop below 1250. That's not really what's important to me. What's important to me, what I want to set an alert for, is for when it actually starts to confirm an uptrend pattern. And that's what I'm going to set an alert for here. So great call on. I'm going to put this under my pending reversal. And it's already actually there. I think that was based on last week. So really do appreciate that reminder on VALE. All right, let's check this out. Yeah. So, and the easiest way, so I was always suspected, I always suspected that about stock twits, so that a lot of people manipulate stocks there. I'm glad my suspicion was confirmed. It's, for all those that are new and for all those that are experienced, first of all, if anyone is telling you to invest in anything, that should be a huge red flag on why to not invest in it. I know a lot of people sometimes try to pay for callouts and try to pay for alerts. Just be real with yourself. If you don't know how to identify value and you don't know how to find these stocks yourself, then you probably just need to invest a little bit more time in learning how to. I personally don't even scan for stocks anymore. I use like I talked about in the video today, I use the watch list section in the TechBuds chat, or in the Learn Plan Profit chat, I use the group alerts. Because I have an understanding of how to perform a technical analysis, I go through that pool of stocks and I do my own technical analysis, and I cherry pick the ones that I see value in, and I add them to my active watch list. Easiest way to put it. I personally, like when people ask me, do I scan for stocks anymore? No, not at all, because I have enough quality picks in my watch list that I don't need to, and it's just very reassuring. So whatever is being called out, there's nothing wrong with you doing your own due diligence on, but please, please, please never trade based on someone else telling you that it's a good deal, that it's going to go to the moon. It's all just BS, right? Especially if someone is actually telling you, then that should be a huge red flag on why you should probably not even follow them or be a part of their group, right? Anthony, I like it. Let's check this out. Let's see. Dawn. All right. Let's break this down. So Rodrigo calling out, ticker symbol BBB. Come on, guys. I need really good callouts. This thing is still selling off. Yes, it's at the support at around 1050. No confirmation of an uptrend. I'm just going to set my alert and then go from there. No indication of a reversal or anything like that. So I need something that is a solid call out. So we called out CPG last time, right? This is CPE. We've done a technical analysis on this before. You can see the overall support right around $10, overall resistance right around $12. So support at 10, resistance at 12. And we can see this potential reversal pattern. Definitely does make sense. We talked about this one when this one was at $10. And it definitely, it's making higher highs now. It was in the consolidation phase. It looks like it's making higher highs. I have my alert set at 11, and from 11 to $12, that's more of enough margin for me. It's a little bit under 9%. I really just want anywhere from around 6 to 7% of that pie. And it definitely does make sense. Based on previous patterns, resistance there, it's actively trending up. It's a pattern in which I understand. And I understand the overall characteristic. of CPE. And what I mean by that is, look at this. When it pushes up and it pulls back, it does sometimes pull back below the EMA indicator. So if you are not familiar with this pattern, and it does this multiple times, it does break below the EMA indicator. So the EMA indicator isn't such a relevant pattern or crucial pattern for CPE on when it comes down to cutting losses. So please note that, because I know I use a lot of my, where I should cut losses at, with the EMA indicator. But with this one, I can see that it doesn't really validate the EMA indicator too much. So easiest way to put it is that, maybe I should not be using it as where to cut losses on. Ricky, I've been looking at Q Bank's page. What is your opinion on Forex trading? I think I absolutely love Q. I've been there with Q when he's taken positions and stuff like that. I've actually seen, I've worked with him in that sense. I think Q's an amazing guy. Based on everyone else that I've seen, with iMarkets Live and all that BS of that multi-level marketing scheme, I'm sorry, that's not something that I find very encouraging for a lot of Forex traders. When they put Forex Wizard or Forex Guru or Forex Mastermind or whatever it is in their bio, that should be a huge red flag that they're probably not it, right? If you actually do well in whatever market, then show yourself doing technical analysis or however it is that you trade it based on fundamentals. Show yourself, maybe some forms of live trading, right? Or recaps or something like that, and then show your profits. If whoever it is that you're following in any market doesn't do that, then that would be a huge red flag. I've seen so many people, especially for those that invest in the stock market and Forex, that their entire page is supposedly they invest in these markets, but none of their actual, they have no videos of them actually doing technical analysis or showing their profits or anything like that. And I just find that so mind-boggling that people still believe them. They show their Gucci flip-flops and their Gucci handbags and stuff like that, and it's complete I don't even want to throw anyone under the bus. I'm just saying, just be aware of all these people that just try to overhype their style of investing. Yeah. So you guys know who it is that I'm talking about. So we got Chad saying, come on, 1,000 watching and only 268 likes. I agree. Let's see how many we have. We actually have a low turnout today. I've never just seen 1,000 people. We usually have a little bit more than that. My comments don't pop up in the live stream. Boo, okay. I think I've been seeing your, let's see. All right. GW, DP. All right. What? No. Oh, okay. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me get the water. Appreciate it. All right. As you guys can see right now with DWDP, thank you, Andres. We can see that there has been it's kind of showing almost signs of an ascending uptrend pattern. It's making higher highs and higher lows as well, right? As you can see, the higher highs here, the higher lows here. So it's showing signs of an ascending uptrend pattern. And then we could see showing signs of an ascending resistance, right? Where's it at? All right. So we can see it bouncing here at the support, peaking out at the resistance. If you don't have experience trading some of these ascending uptrend patterns, it can be something that you can just follow and not actually trade and just try to call out your entries and your exits. But we can see that there's a resistance based on previous patterns at around 70. I'm going to set my alert for the break above that. And I'm also going to set my alert as now we have the confirmation above the EMA indicator for this thing to continue its uptrend pattern. I think that this one does have potential to continue to uptrend. The MACD indicator looks good. The RSI looks somewhat, right, decent. How's the volume intraday? Not bad. I know it's trading kind of in between the middle and top VWAP, so that's definitely very attractive. Okay, so I like the call out. Evan, there we go. There's your call out. CVNA. All right, so CVNA showing signs of an uptrend pattern. Definitely overextended. Again, asking yourself, are you getting a good deal? very easy to answer, Evan. Based on previous patterns, you can see that it normally bounces at around the SMA indicator, which usually tends to identify a strong support level. As of right now, you definitely don't see that, right? This is not in good deal territory. It's definitely overextended, and it would make sense on why this would sell off. Yes, it 100% can continue to uptrend, but I also see more potential for this thing to sell off, and because of that, the potential for profit does not exceed the potential for loss, and that's why I wouldn't invest in it. So I'm going to set my alert here and wait for the pullback. All right, perfect. Thank you again for that call out. So Ricky, are you looking for any swing trades? Well, pizza is here. We'll follow up with you guys later. What's going on, chat? Hope you enjoyed that pizza. Justin just made this, like, guys, I don't even know what this is. I'm gonna have a little fun moment with you guys. But look at this. Do you see this? It's like, it doesn't smell bad, but that's the bad thing about being in college and living by yourself. Nasty food that your roommates make. Well, Justin lives in my house next door, but amazing cook supposedly. Yeah. What's going on? I know. What is that? I know, right? All right. Is it a bad idea to buy 30 minutes before the market opens due to work? Again, you should. I've had a lot of people ask me this specific question, and not even just that specific question, but just a general question of, like, is it best to buy, an hour before the market closes? Is it best to buy before the market opens? Is it best to buy within the first 30 minutes? The best time to buy is when you find it to be a good deal. Easiest way to put it. There is no general area. Like, yes, due to volatility, the first 30 minutes of the market open, the first 15 minutes of the market open is going to be the most volatile. The last hour, the power hour, right? Of the market open, it's definitely going to be a little bit more of a higher demand area. But does that mean that it's the best buy? No. And it's like, just focus on getting a good deal. Just focus on that. It doesn't matter if it's like 3 minutes before the market opens or 3 minutes before the market closes. Focus on getting a good deal. Understand the pattern, understand the support and resistance, and wait for the confirmation, and focus on getting a good deal. There is no general area or general time that it's going to be like, okay, well, this is a good time to buy. No, it's when it confirms its uptrend, when it confirms and shows that it's actively trending up, when it's at that good buy territory and it's going according to the pattern that you first saw value in, then that's when it would be somewhat, in my eyes, to be a good deal. Not a general time frame that it's going to work every single time to work around your work schedule. So I do appreciate you reaching out or talking about that, but no, it would not be 30 minutes before the market opens. Is focus on setting your alerts, wait for that good deal, wait for that confirmation, and then when you get that alert and get that reminder, then great, you could revisit it, do that technical analysis, see if whatever stock it is that you are seeing value in is actually actively trending up, and if so, then great. So I'm going to, what was that? Oh. All right. Appreciate that, Richard. Let's see, Dave, why couldn't you? I need to make a sum of money. Can I be a good trader? What? I don't get that. What do you mean? I need to make some money. Can I be a good trader? Dave, that's a very open-ended question. I mean, it's going to take time, and it is going to require you to have money to be able to make money if you want to invest in it. But I would encourage you to first start paper trading to test out if this is a market where you should even invest $1 in. There's multiple platforms out there. I have a video that talks about paper trading and how to open up an account. You can search up paper trading Ricky Gutierrez, and it will be the first video that pops up. So yeah. How did you get Discord on your Mac? It's just an app. Yeah. That is hilarious. All right, this is gonna be you guys have a lot of good call outs, and if you guys have and I know I'm not gonna be able to get through all of them because I actually kind of have to go. All right, so DNR very quickly. SMA indicator usually acts as a support. You can see that it's definitely overextended. So just provide you my own 2 cents, Daniel. I would wait for a sell off and for it to get closer to that $4 support or this overall SMA indicator. Again, it sells off, it then consolidates, and then it pushes above this EMA indicator, and then it continues to uptrend. So please note that as of right now, it's definitely more on the overbought side, and I can see more of a rejection as of now. So yeah, I've been pretty busy just due to what is that we have going on now. We have a little bit more people that are part of our TechBuds team, just because we're getting ready for the TechBuds HQ and everything else that we're going to be doing with that. So super excited for that. Okay. So yeah, it looks like you guys have some pretty decent callouts. PDT. So the PDT question: if I bought and added 2 to 3 more trades to my position and sold everything the same day, is that considered? Yeah, of course. So if you buy anything, and it doesn't matter if you originally bought it on Friday, if you add more to your position and you buy something on Monday and then you sell it again on Monday, it's still considered a day trade due to you buying and selling within the same date, and that's a day trade. I mean, you guys can always, with these very basic questions, I want you guys to know that you guys can always reach out to your broker, especially if you guys have someone like TD Ameritrade or Fidelity. They're very useful. So Michael Freight, hey, what's going on, man? So FTR, this is gonna be the last one. GTR, no, FTR. So again, still showing signs of a downtrend. Again, it's just not a good call out as of right now. It's still showing signs of a downtrend. I'm going to set my alerts for the break above 7, and hopefully we can get above the EMA at that point. Cron is probably one of the ones that I think is getting manipulated the most as of now. I could see huge fluctuations in volume. It might have been due to news or maybe manipulation. I just know that this one was being thrown around a lot in stock twits, and I would personally stay away. You can see that it's doing a double top at around $8, right? And then once the volume peaks up, just based on previous patterns, it sells off, and so does the price itself. So I would be on high alert on why this thing would sell off. What the hell is someone doing calling me on Facebook Messenger? My goodness. But yeah, so can you show which studies you are using? Doji, I have videos explaining this on YouTube. So search up a video that I've made. It's how to set up your TOS platform, and I explain my SMA indicator, I explain my EMA indicator, I explain my RSI, my MACD, everything, my volume, all that. So, and also if you're part of the Learn Plan Profit course, I have a little bit more in-depth video for you as well, and it's a little bit more structured. So how do you draw your ascending uptrend resistance lines? I use the drawing tool. Again, it's something I explained in that video. It's called the trend line tool. And then I click, right? I right click or left click, and then I click it again, and then it draws a line, and then do it again. So I'm just gonna. So thank you guys again Thank you, appreciate that, John. Let's now focus on. I have very quickly. Just as of right now, I'm gonna do a video tomorrow just because I like to usually wait for Monday just to see how the market opens and to see what stocks I'm gonna focus on. I know a lot of you guys like doing the same thing as well, just to get an understanding of how the market is going. As of right now, based on kind of the 2 stocks that I plan to follow and really watch closely for almost this entire week is going to be WTI and USLV. I see a lot of value in the reversal for USLV and the margin that it has to cover. And then with WTI, I really like the ascending uptrend pattern and this ongoing uptrend, this pullback that it had, how it's now holding above the EMA. I want to see it break 750. I want to see it hit highs of $8, and then I want to see if it could break above $8 and then continue to uptrend. So I do see a lot of value in WTI if it continues to uptrend. Again, if it continues to uptrend, to validate that pattern. If it pulls back and gets rejected, then that pattern that I first saw value in is no longer relevant. So therefore, I can remove it from my watch list. And then my horizontal pattern for the week is going to be USLV and this overall reversal that I see value in. So even just with these 2 stocks, my goal on a weekly basis is 10 to 15%. And even if I were to wait for a pullback and wait for a sell, which is pretty conservative, at around 10.20 based on previous patterns, So if I were to wait for a sell-off, I would try to get in close to the EMA indicator, right? And then for a sell-off at around 1020, with one of these positions, I'd be able to make 5.47%. That's about halfway to my weekly goal. And then with this overall pattern, right, with the support at $7 and this overall resistance at $8, that's about, and even that, let's say it doesn't even hit $8. Let's say that we hit highs of $7.50. That's 6.65%. So with those two trades, I would be able to achieve the minimum of my weekly percentage growth goal. Again, two stocks, one's ascending, one's horizontal, and I understand both. I've traded both multiple times. I understand the overall characteristics of those stocks, and I understand the risk involved. Easiest way to put it. So I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to end it like this, team. I want to thank you guys again so much, and I do apologize for rushing and trying to get out of here quick and stuff. I'm going to make another one of these videos, not a Sunday stock talk, but my top stock for the week tomorrow. So if you guys aren't subscribed already, might be something that you guys might want to look into. And then for all those that are asking for an LPP discount, let's go ahead and do that. So let's do promo code. So for all those that want to be a part of our, have you guys, so go to my video that I made on Friday. In that video, I made a little bit over $2,500 profit that one day. And a majority of it was made, like when the market opened, right? And I was trading live with my Learn Plan Profit group. That's the group that gets to watch me trade live every single day. I do recap every single day on YouTube. So for all those that follow me on YouTube and are part of Technical Solutions, then you guys get to see that. But if you think that having access to a step-by-step video lesson library for a lifetime, right? And then also the ability to network and ask me questions every single day live and actually watch me trade. So it'd be something very similar to this. And when I'm trading, you get to ask me questions. The promo code is going to be LPP 2018. It'll give you a small discount on the Learn Plan Profit lesson library. So again, it's LPP 2018. It'll give you guys a discount. And for all those that are interested, again, if you're not interested, please do not, invest in it. For those that aren't familiar with who it is that I am, and this is the first video that you guys watch, please do not invest in it. I would encourage you to watch any of my videos. You guys can see my track record. You guys can see me call out my trades, recap on my trades. I had nothing but green trades all last week. So if you guys, then after checking my videos out, you guys confirm that I know how to call out stocks, and not even just know how to call out stocks, but I know how to identify value. My track record is up to par with whatever it is that you see value in, and you guys like the way that I present myself, then great. I would love to be a part of your success and work with you on a daily basis. So please invest time. Click the first link in the description. Invest 1 minute. And watch the welcome page for the Learn Plan Profit lesson library and see if it's something that you would like to be a part of. So yeah, we might be doing another live stream of me trading and then playing Fortnite this upcoming week. So for all those that want to tune in, again, just be sure to turn on your post notifications, and then I'll be going live for that. So I really have to go. I hope that you guys all have an amazing Sunday. Hope you guys spent it with those that you love and with your family and stuff like that. And that's really just it. So continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. Guys, it's all about just investing and focusing on getting good deals and what's actively trending up. Let's kill it this week. Let's focus on quality, and let's say more no than we do yes. Again, let's be picky with what it is that we choose to invest in. I'm not going to just eat any chicken out there, but when someone presents to me a Raising Cane's chicken, then you guys know that that's what I have to, that's what I'm going to buy. Right? Because it's a good deal, it tastes great, and it's good. I'm just kidding. I really like Cane's. So yeah, hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your Sunday. Guys, thank you guys again for everything it is that you guys do. Let's kill it this week. And again, one of the best trades that you can take is not taking one at all, especially if you don't see value in anything. If you guys can give the video a thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it. If not, totally understand. Hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you guys this upcoming week. Take it easy, team.